Hello, I'm glad to have you here once again. Thank you to everyone that have subscribed to my channel, and if you are here to do so, what are you waiting for? Please just subscribe to the channel and we'll just keep enjoying ourselves, huh? Sure you get it. All right, today we are going to do a tutorial on wedding handfan, and it is the latest one. Check it out. Let's go to the work table. Alright, for this tutorial we'll be needing the fan skeleton. I have a tutorial on how to cut different type of fan skeleton. So the fan skeleton is what determines the shape of the fan, of the hand fan, you understand? So for this particular one, it's just like a small purse. So that's why you see the shape like that. And then I'll be working on it, just fixing the feathers, following the shape carefully, line by line, and you will see the outcome. So apart from the fan skeleton, you see we need the feathers. So depending on the color of a hand fan that you want to make, and depending on the choice of your clients, you are going to work with the color that will suit your client. So for me today, I'm working with gold. So the first thing I'm doing is actually pulling out the feathers carefully. If you cannot pull it out, if you know that you pulling it with your hands will destroy it, then I will advise that you use a razor blade or scissors, anyone that is convenient, to first of all loosen the edges. You can loosen it, then it will help you to be able to pull it out easily. So for me, I'm pulling it out carefully, just holding to the edges of the feather, because if you hold further than where you see me holding now, the feather might end up breaking. So in order to avoid that, I will advise that you hold the edge, hold it tight as you are pulling. That is, should be very close to the part that is sewn. It will help you to pull it out faster. So I'm just pulling the feathers, and for this tutorial I have 2 yards of feathers. You know, this feathers is measured in yard, so I have 2 yards. I have 2 yards of feathers for this tutorial, because you are going to cover this fan skeleton back and front. So if you are using 1 yard for the front, you will be needing another 1 yard for the back. So I'm working with the hot glue, you know, the hot glue and the candlestick, the glue stick. So I'm working with hot glue and glue stick. So to do this, you will actually need light. This because you'll be plugging the hot glue to electricity, which is very key. So I'm using it now to follow the shape of the fan. You remember I said this is a purse. It's like it's purse like in nature. So I'm just going to ensure that these feathers, I spread it round closely. I will always advise that you pick the feathers that are more healthy. You know, you have some feathers that are really strong, that are really firm. For this beginning, you can add if the broken ones at the middle, that will not pose any form of challenge. But for the beginning, it's very necessary that you look for the feathers that are very healthy, those ones that are not broken, those ones that are long, you understand, those that are long. So you use it for the beginning. And in the beginning, I also want to advise that you shouldn't go too far inward, you understand. Just go like ½ inch away from the beginning, from the starting point, and start fixing your feathers, just like ½ inch. ½ inch is enough. So because if you look at the size of the fan, the skeleton I have, it looks like it's not big, but when you work on it carefully, you will see what will come out of it. So it is how you worked on it. So the first thing is that you give space of just like ½ inch before you start fixing the feathers to it. So I'm going to do what I'm doing now. I'm going to do it round. I'm just going to take it round carefully. I'm going to take it round the shape of the fan, and that is the beginning of that's the beginning of the beauty of the fan. The failure to do this part very well will affect your work. That's why you shouldn't move in too much, please, so that the work it can spread out. Again, there's a part of this handfan now that in all my videos, I don't know if I've explained it in any of my videos. Before you use these feathers, before you use the feathers, it is necessary that you expose this feather to what should I call it now, to air. You expose it to air. This is because the air will help it to open up. It will spread it. It will make it look soft. It will make it look fuller. It will be full when you expose it to air. So most times when I'm going to use my feathers and not just exposing it to natural air, if you have a standing fan, just use something. You can put it on a hanger, and then just attach it to the standing fan. Put the standing fan in the highest speed. It will just keep blowing it. As it's blowing it, it will be opening the feathers and making it look very, very soft. Yes, it's one secret of making it. I advise that you do it before you start pulling it off, and then after you finish the fan. So by the time you are done with it again, just look for a rope or anything that can hold it, and then attach it back to the standing fan. Put the fan in the highest to really, really blow it. You will see how it will become full. Even when it looks like the first time you did it is not full enough. With this secret I'm telling you now, you will see how full it will look, how the shape will really, really, really come out. Please try it and let me know. All right, so gradually you can see that I'm almost done fixing the first part of this. And then another very important thing is that you will need to make at least 3 to 4 lines of this feather on each side. So this is the very beginning, you understand. So after this, I'll have a second layer, I'll have a third layer, and then the final layer will cover up every part that I want to be covered. You know, the idea of creativity, sometimes I really talk to those that are training under me, and I said, you really need to give it your time. If you are not willing to give it your time, you are not prepared to get good results. Until you are willing to give it your time, you cannot get good results. That's just the truth. You understand me? So we are done with this part now, the first part of the fan. We are done with the beginning. This is the base, and this determines the outcome of the fan. So I always advise that, please, this particular aspect, you should do it well. Put in your best in doing it. So you can see how it is looking. I'm sorry, my camera is not well positioned. That's why I didn't see that part very well. All right, now you can see it very well. This is just a part of it. Already, the shape of the fan is coming out. You understand? The shape is already coming out. The shape is already coming out just with this first part. So the same thing I have done for this part is what I will do for the back. You understand? Both the back and front. I design my back and front of fan in the same way. Okay, so I'm done filling this up. Like I said, we'll need about 4 layers to really get it filled up. And I also said the beginning should be use the best feathers for the beginning. This is called trimming. This is called trimming. We are going to use the trimming to wrap the handles and do the final decoration. But before we do that, I'll fix the feathers to the back part. I'm just going to fix the same way I did the front. Is the same way I will do the back as well. So you also pick the best feathers to fix the beginning. Just go in like 1/2 inch. So I'm done fixing both the back and the front. I'm done fixing both the back and the front. So all I just have to do now is check out for the parts that are uneven, because in the process of fixing, some part might be fuller than some. So you just check out those parts, and then you make sure that you fill it up, you make the correction. If not, when you are wrapping it, it might not be even, it will not look professional, and we want our work to be professional things now. So based on that, you just make sure you check the aspect that are not well, the part that you feel that is not looking okay, the part that is not balanced, you understand, and then just touch it again, touch it. It's very necessary. So you just touch it. All right, so this is it. I am done filling the parts that I need to fill. I am done. So you see how it is now. Yes, every part of it. So the part, this handle that you see there, is the part that we are going to decorate. I'm going to use the trimming. I'm going to use the trimming to wrap it round and then add some stones and all of that. It will actually bring the beauty out. The trimming is of different sizes. We have some that are like 1 inch, and then we have some that is just like half-inch trimming. So I wanted to use the half-inch, but it's just going to take too much time for me to do. So I decided to go with this 1-inch trimming, and this is because the 1-inch trimming is even more beautiful. Yes, so I'm using the 1-inch trimming to do my decoration. So I'm just going to start by placing this 1-inch trimming to a particular spot, and then I'll just continue from there. But while I'm doing it, I actually measured the length I want to use to decorate. You can see that I covered every part of the fan with feather except for that handle. But it's not only the handle that I'm going to decorate. So I'm going in, taking 2 inches inward. You understand? The fact that I'm going to decorate 2 inches inward does not stop me from adding feathers to that part. I'm sorry. So the fact that I'm going 2 inches inward does not stop me from adding feathers to that part. So I went in 2 inches, and from that point of 2 inches is where I will start placing. That's where I will start placing the trimming. So carefully you place the trimming, and carefully I advise that you guide it. As you are applying the hot glue, you guide it carefully. You guide it carefully to create to be able to create the shape that you want, you understand, and to be able to curve it where you really need to guide it. Every point that you are applying the hot glue, you begin to press it down. While I was doing this work, I find out the hot glue is so hot. My machine is so hot, I just said, let me get water. So I had to get water and start using water to touch my hands to enable me press it down. So because of the hotness, I'm just using something to support myself. You know, it was really hot. I just had to get water and get some things that is going to assist me, because while using this hot glue, you don't allow it to get cold before you press it down. You just have to press it down while it is still hot. Yes, I do hope you are following. Once again, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe to my channel. It will not cost you anything. It's just a way of telling YouTube that you love what I'm doing. So please just subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and like I always said, if you have any question, just ask. I'm sorry. If you have any question, just ask me. I'm here to answer you. All right, this is a very crucial part of this fan, so I really want you to watch it carefully. As I begin to do that, you can see that after placing the trimming to it, the edge there is still open. So you can see how I'm placing the trimming to be able to cover that edge. I'm just going to rest it on that edge and then use the glue and begin to press it down. It's very necessary. I just place it on that edge, then use the glue and press it down so that no part of this skeleton will be open, no part of the wood will be seen. You understand? So you carefully do that. If you have done yours, just simply you can tag me on our Creative Ends platform on Facebook. Yeah, so that I can see your work. I will really appreciate it. I will appreciate it. So I'm just pressing it down and carefully making sure that I cover every part of the skeleton. No part of it should be open. And apart from the fact that no part of it should be open, it is necessary that every part also should be done. The work should be neat. The work should be neat, you understand? It's not just about covering, it's about neatness, you understand me? So if you are going to place it and you know that what I'm doing now will not come out in a very neat way, I suggest you look for another way to do it. And make sure that whatsoever you are doing is neat. The bottom line is the beauty of what you are doing. So I'm really taking my time to do it, and I made this video without actually doing too much of edit and jumping of steps. I want you to watch it and understand it once and for all. You understand? I just want you to watch it and get what I'm doing. I love the fact that people here are subscribing to my channel, and I want everyone that is in my community, that is members of this channel, to enjoy the tutorial, and not just that, but to be able to put it to use. That's why I'm spending time to do it. So you can see the edge is very neat now. So the next thing I will do is that I'm going to quickly wrap the handle. I'm going to wrap the handle. Every part of this fan is supposed to be covered. You can see as I'm wrapping it, you can see how beautiful it is coming out. You can see how beautiful it is coming out. It's coming out well. So I'll just quickly wrap it. Okay, yes, let me explain something. When I'm wrapping, I only use the hot glue for the beginning. So when I first of all want to stick the trimming down, I'll just use the hot glue to hold the beginning, maybe 1 or 2 parts first wrap. After that 1 or 2 first wrap, I do not put glue again. I'm just going to be using the trimming to turn around. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that you do not need to apply glue to every step of your turning. It's not necessary. That's just the truth. It's not necessary. So just turn it very close to each other. Make sure that there is no space. Make sure that there is no opening. You get me? Just make sure that there is no opening. Make sure every space is covered. Just make sure every space is covered. By the time you get to the end, that is the final wrap, you now apply the hot glue to it. Some persons might want to ask me question if there are no other glue to use. What if I do not have hot glue? What do I use? You can use the HU gum. And then there's this gum that is 6,000. There's this gum, they write 6,000 on it. You can also use it. I use them to work, but not for all my work. When you are working with 6,000 or HU glue, it might not glue fast. You understand? It's not as fast as the hot glue. That's why I prefer the hot glue. But if you have the HU gum, you can work with it. It's a perfect what do I call it now? It's a perfect gum. Yes, you can work with it. It's a good glue, but just that it will not glue as fast as the hot glue. You understand me? So you can work with it. It's very okay. All right, so you can see the handle is covered, and you can see that the 2 inches I measured in also is covered. So you see I've done it for both the back and the front. So what is happening right now is that I'm actually checking it out to see the covering, if I'm okay with it. So when I checked this out, I wasn't okay with it because I was still seeing some part of it that is open. So what I actually did was to do a double wrap. So after the first wrap, I used the first wrap like a base, and then I did a double wrap. With the double wrap, you can see that no part of it is opened again. All right, if you have done this, just clap for yourself. You've done well. you've done well. But what's happening is I just want to like decorate it further, you understand? Just add something that will give it some kind of what do I call it now? That we just add some kind of style. Yes, some kind level. Just add some kind of style to it. So what I did was to use some patches. Since I'm working with gold, I also got I bought some gold patches as well. So what I'm doing right now is looking at what position will it fit most. Should I like put it on the left hand and the right hand side? Should I just use one at the middle and at the middle of the back? So by the time I place it like this and look at all the options that I have, I decided putting one at the back and the other at the front will be the best for me. Yeah, I hope you support my own view too. So I actually used one at the front and then I used another one at the back. I just glue it using the same hot glue. So one other thing I did was I measured this fan again. You can see that my tape is resting on the fan there. I measured it again to determine the midpoint so that what I'm placing on it will not look like it's not professionally placed. So I measured the fan and I took the midpoint. So I now placed this trimming to the midpoint. I centralize it and then I glue it. I did this to the back and the front, and it came out well. Yes, you know, creativity is all about having a beautiful idea in your mind and then bringing it out in the work that you do. That's what creativity is. Having a beautiful idea in your mind and then interpreting it in the work that you do. That's why I called my platform Creative Hands. You understand? So as many that are here, I really want you to grow. So practice it. You can tag me on my Facebook page. Creative Hands Platform is the Facebook name, and you can send it. Just tag me. And I will really appreciate you, seriously. So I want to be using these stones that you see here again to add to the patches. I'm going to add the stone. It's just going to give it a different look. It's just going to make it look outstanding. Wow, do you see it now? Just with this, you see how outstanding this fan is looking. You see how special it is looking. It will just keep it stunning. Yes, so yes, to keep it stunning. So I just use my hot glue to attach it. So like I said, you can use your issue gum to also attach it. Okay, it's perfect. It's perfect for it. All right. So after attaching these stones and in attaching these stones, I actually attached it to both the back and the front. You understand me? Whatever I do to one part, I repeat it on the other side. So I actually attach it to both the back and the front, and you can see the finishing. Yeah, the back and the front is ready. If you have done it to this level, you have tried, clap for yourself. If you've done it to this level, you have really tried, clap for yourself. Yes, so I'm going to add something else to it. I know it is already beautiful like this, and some people will just be like, it's okay like this now, I don't want it to get too busy, I'm okay with it. Yeah, if you are okay with it, you can stop your own that way. It's okay, it's beautiful. I do hope that your client will love it. But for me, I just want to add some little touch, some finer touch to it. And to do this, I will simply be working with pears. So I'm going to be working with the gold pears. I'll be working with the gold pearls. I'm just going to be dropping it on the handle. Drop it on the handle. It will make the handle to look unique. Like I said, creativity is all about having a beautiful idea and interpreting it, yeah, on the work that you do, interpreting it. So before I start any project or any work at all, I already have the picture of what I want in my mind. All I need to do is just interpret it. Bring it out. so you can see the finishing. Oh yeah, is this not beautiful? Check it out now. Is this not? Look at how gorgeous, look at how wonderful it's looking. Look at how lovely it's looking. So what you need to do after this particular stage, just attach it to your standing fan and allow the air to really blow it open. Thank you.